All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Conversations with Kenny, brought to you by the Call Up Podcast and powered by the Knuckleheads Network. Oh man, this has been a long time coming for me, man. I've been watching this tag team since 2020 when the pandemic started to break away. You guys were my first live event tag team that I got to see, and like everyone else, I fell in love with the uniqueness of this tag team. I'm joined today by Midas Black and Lion, better known as Main Event. What is going on, fellas? How are you today?
Kenny, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Finally get to
Happy
chop it
to
up
be
with you
here. Happy,
guys.
sir.
Man, I feel
We was
like
already
since I
having some
seen
good
you guys back,
conversation off. So it's a
since
good
I seen you
conversation
guys
off. I
back,
can't wait to
right?
continue. I'm sorry
No. Do your
cutting you
thing.
off with everything. I'm looking forward to all the conversations because we already started kicking it off really
Right.
well before we went on air. So everything.
No, definitely. I love to have like that vibe with people before the show, and we had a lot that we were gonna we talked about. Obviously, we'll talk about it on air, but doing my homework on you guys, I seen that you guys were trained by Amazing Red, which is like one of my favorite talents in the wrestling world. Just like how is it? Because I've never met Amazing Red. I've only seen his matches, and I've heard like many great things about this man. But you guys are like firsthand, like meeting him and working with him and training under him and stuff like that. Like, what are some of the things that like he installed upon like you guys that you guys still use today?
Uh, Lion, you want to start first?
Honestly, yeah, that's he is a really like cool low. Like he's a big like video
You're
game
you're
gears.
lagging, bro.
Oh,
You're
am
lagging.
I?
It is a little bit.
This
Yeah.
it's better Wi-Fi. All
Mm,
right, damn, we still
you're
still
dying, bro.
laggy,
He's having it's that connection over at the
still
Lion King
lagging,
right now, man. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it cuts in and out though.
still.
we gotta put, yeah.
Damn, hold on.
We gotta get you that Verizon.
Yeah.
We gotta get that Verizon wireless on Wi-Fi there.
I should have paid the Wi-Fi. I should have upgraded it. But I'll take over. Like Lion was saying, he's dad, and that's basically still everything that we have. Everything that we do, every way comes from him. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't think for ourselves, because we 100. He has given us the proper tools to negotiate business, go on calling a match, and to go on about how to present ourselves, to giving us literally every tool to be a successful professional wrestler. And our success in the world that we've gotten, I credit it to him, because without him, you're better.
There you go.
You're better.
We seen the smoothness, so we know he's in a good spot right now.
Cool. But yeah, no. So back, you guys hear me fine?
Yeah,
you're good, bro.
Oh, top of red right there. That guy, yeah, like he said, he's given everything we do in the ring. Like you see him in it, in our style, our energy. That's all the underground king right there. So like, shout out to Maze be under him, because had it been anybody else in New York, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So.
Lift up your phone. If you have it down, lift it up.
You might have to bring the phone closer to you. There you go.
There we go. You guys heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah, way better.
Okay. Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, no, we did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, dude.
But yeah, red. I can't. All day. We could honestly say all the nice things in the world. Like
Mhm.
I have nothing but admiration for that man. Nothing but the three, and I have nothing negative to say about him.
Mhm. So yeah, so when we were talking off air, I told you, I said I felt like ever since I seen you guys, like you guys have been like everywhere. You know what I mean? I saw you on AEW. I see you all the time at like Battle Club Pro. I see you guys over at HOG. Just you guys just had something over with like the Major Brothers. Is like, where do you feel like this success is coming from? Where like now like everyone like wants to have you guys on their card.
I feel
Yeah,
like
honestly, a lot of it was knocking on doors and
Mhm.
consistently knocking on doors because we were a comedy tag team at first.
Mhm.
The, the we're not a complete
bro,
body.
your connection is bad.
Yeah, every time he moves, it's like it goes someplace.
Your connection is horrible.
Around two to get.
Yeah, because I could see it on my end where it's telling me like your signal, you're like maybe like 2 bars in.
There we go.
Going nowhere.
Better. No, still.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
All right, now.
Yeah, if you're gonna stay there, just stay right there. Nope, and he's out. No, and he's back again. There you go. Let's see.
All right, better.
Yeah, we got good bars for you over here. I'm looking at the screen now.
Okay, cool. Man, I'm Sprint. Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? But yeah. So back to what we're super knocking on doors, and it's easy to write us off as that comedy tags, or we have colorful, you, you know, gear. But once
Mhm.
it's time to wrestle, like we're here to wrestle, we're gonna go. So
Right.
like to bring it out of everybody. Doesn't matter if you wrestle on TV. Doesn't matter if you just. So I think that's what makes us such an asset. Just that
Mhm.
that energy and is we just bring a unique dynamic.
I think the success comes from these years of trial and error.
Mhm.
Like we've been about 2 years prior to debuting on the Indies, 4 years on the Indies, and we're still learning
Mhm.
a hell of a lot from the year one, and now we're in year four. Is you
Right.
play with those things and you see, okay, this is working for us, this isn't working for us, doors, and then it's like it's like what he said. We know the credit of our success comes from us knowing our worth, knowing our worth, because you know I tell people know your worth. To say be real with your worth.
Mhm.
When you're gonna be like, oh, I'm worth this. Well, make sure that you are worth that. Make sure that you're able that comes with that worth. And I feel like we really do try. We feel like we are whether it be the best tag team going today, or it feels work hard in the ring and it shows in our in-ring, or it shows in our in-ring IQ, or it shows in our tag technology. Like, I just credit all the success to us. Everything we've just learned is just all it's a marathon.
Right.
So, and we're super grateful at that, like, everything. But it's also one of those things that, like, we've worked for everything we've gotten. It's one of those things that, like, we know we deserve to be here. We're happy to be here, but we deserve.
I mean, for in the like in the wrestling world that you guys are in, and in like the media world and stuff like that. Obviously, we have like other things in our life that we have to deal with. We have like our regular lives, and you have like the wrestling world and stuff like that, and that could take a mental toll on anyone, right? So, like, how do you guys balance like dealing with like wrestling, your real life world, and like everything else in between?
I mean,
For me,
it's pretty difficult. And
you can go.
nah, go ahead.
You could go.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go with Lion. We're gonna go with Lion first. I'm gonna go with Lion first, and then we'll send it over to Midas after.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, sometimes it's really mega real. Like sometimes we even ask ourselves, have the energy to wrestle, but it's just you gotta love what you do. If you don't love pro wrestling, like, cause obviously like they get a little bit of money now, that helps, but hit that TV screen, you know what I'm saying? So you have to burning inside. Like, you gotta remember that little 10-year-old might when you gotta do a freaking 6-hour drive, and that's because there's been weekends we've done loops. One loop we did New York to go to Canada, to go back home, to go to Maine, to come back home, and like we pretty much just burn ourselves out and try to do everything. Like, thank God, we're in shape, and we take it. Like, there is no real answer to that one, because really everything's gonna work,
right?
No matter what.
Yeah, it's on that one. Like, there's some days where it's tougher. There's some days where it's I really try to just remember that, like, I know that nothing is guaranteed. We may never get signed. Like, that's a possibility. And I just try not to think of those stuff, and I try to think of the rewards that the rewards of, like, my struggle will be worth this, because without this struggle, I'm gonna do everything to never struggle again. And the money, and I'm gonna have the tools and necessities that I need to just make my life complete, whether it be a better way to provide for myself, a better way to provide for my family. And, like, it's really a day by day basis. There's really some days where it's just really just not ready to stop wrestling, but it's like we don't really want to do anything, and it's just life as a whole, whether it's wrestling, personal life, wrestling. It's always an ugly blend when your real life blends in with your personal. So I just really, at the end of the day, I just try to hold on to count my blessings. I may say a prayer, because there are times I just pray to God and I leave it in His hands. But I've had that conversation with Him, and I'm gonna do what I need to do on my end, and He will meet me. And that's how I look at things sometimes. And it just helps me, helps my mental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask you guys. Is like, what do you tell yourselves on those days where you're just like, you know what, like I really don't feel like doing this. I know you guys, like you have a show on like on a Saturday and it's Thursday. You wake up and you're just like, you know what, like I am not with this shit today. Like, like today is not the fucking day for me to do this. So what do you,
That this
what do you
is
guys tell yourselves to keep to keep pushing? So we'll go with Midas first,
this
and then
is
we'll bring it down to Lion.
we didn't get this far to get this far,
Mm-hmm.
and people that genuinely want to see us succeed and and they are the people that keep us going. And it's not just a saying or a gimmick or like a cheap plug to like keep fans like
Mm-hmm.
fans, and then there are fans,
Right.
and we have fans really sit here and genuinely support us since day one. Since day one in 2018 event yet, and they were rocking with us till now, keep us going. And again, just we've gotten this far for what I think we've done really well. So it's one of those things that like we have our days, but better days ahead.
Lion.
It's even more tiring now because we're so much busier. We've had 5 shows. You know what I'm saying? Like a weekend, the weekend, the weekend before that we might have been off, but then the weekend before that we had. So it's just like it's a lot, and it's very very rewarding to sit back. Like literally, like tomorrow I'm about to hit my 200th match.
Wow.
Where did
Congratulations.
that go?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? Honestly, like it is like what he said. We have so many people and so many supporters that you know what I mean. Like we got to open the Tims and Limitless, and we got like a whole like like Lions, like how they have their pride and shit. We got a whole group of like effing hard for us, and like we love them so much because they are at all. So shout out to them. Like we probably wouldn't even know where we'd be. It's a real collaborative effort, and I know whenever we make it, we get a W too. And that's the best part. It's like it's a
So now that you guys have been traveling more, right? I always like to ask talent this question: what has been the worst part of traveling? Like is there like a crazy story that something's ever happened to you guys where you be like, damn, I don't even know how we even made it here? Midas is thinking really hard right now.
Because I don't think it's necessary like there's like a worst part of traveling, but anything above 6 hours is the worst part of traveling to me.
Right.
Like I don't like long trips. I don't like to drive.
yeah.
I only like driving. I could only drive physically about 2 hours. Can I do more? Do I want to?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So really, like I just don't like traveling. I would love to take a flight everywhere. I think the hardest part, now that I really think about the hardest part about with like the car expenses
Mm-hmm.
and like to your car. These are things people don't talk about in wrestling. And it's not expensive. And I said it the other day on Twitter, like I don't know what's promoters or mechanics, because you have mechanics that, you know, they will, if you don't know about cars, they'll really try to take your money.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. I think the upkeep of a car is about traveling for sure, because it's another expense.
Hmm. Lion.
Uh, the hours on the road, it's really honestly, it's more the actual wrestling, because then you gotta wake yourself up, like seat driving 13 hours, then
Hmm.
like meets. I wonder why we've been winning so much. It's that resilience from the road, baby, which has been nah, but all jokes aside, it really like your body.
Hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can only maybe do like 3 hours on a drive before I'm just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I remember I took one trip to do, um, I went to go do interviews for for a wrestling company, and it was just like, yeah, it's upstate New York, and it took me about like 3.5 hours to get there, and it was the worst because I drove in the snow, and I just was like, no, I'm not even with this.
Mm-mm.
So you guys been battling
That's another.
different tag teams all up and down, like this, you know, this crazy wrestling world. Like, what's the one tag team that you have not faced yet that like you want to face soon down the line? Like,
Go with you first.
Yeah, I think because we really have an extensive resume, that we haven't that we have worked. I'm sorry, the
mhm,
SCU all the way down to like Mary crew. Like we've been blessed with so many great tag team matches. I think if I got to choose next, it would definitely be Motor City. That's a very possible thing before, like our 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 styles mix
mhm,
perfectly, like bang boom, just like they do, and I think the match could be fast, and incredibly quick witted, because our psychology, thank God, supersedes our year. That's 40
mhm.
years or more of just know it would be a match for the ages too.
I agree. Think um I would love Motor City Machine Guns as well. I also like, there's so many teams out there. Like, it's because there really are so many teams that, like, I would love to, whether they team up or they don't anymore. Like, it's just so much. Like, I would love to face Motor City, face the Rascals. I would love to
Mhm.
face Santana and Ortiz. I would love to face so many teams
Mhm.
that we have. Like, um one, I think it will have to be Motor City Machine Guns as well, just because of like let alone, you know, their TNA originals, but now, you know, the history they have, just the knowledge
Mhm.
that we can learn from them, and tag team, like, it's just so much there that is just, I, I think it's.
Mhm. I mean, I would love to see a match between you four. I'm a big Motor City Machine Gun fan, and they're amazing. They've been in the business for so long. As we wrap this up, I always like to have somebody, have you guys leave um, something positive for anyone who wants to get into this business. And I know, you know, you've probably gotten some amazing advice throughout the years. So, what is something that you can leave somebody who's like they want to get into this business? Like, what is like a really good piece of advice? I'll go with
Can
Midas,
raise
and
my
then we'll
hand.
drop down to Lion.
Um, if you're gonna do this, give it your all.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do this, don't half-ass it, because this will, and it takes a physical toll on your body. And I think you can just ask them when the last time that they felt 100%. Don't remember, because once you start wrestling, your body is forever messed up. So you got to make
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people get into wrestling and they don't take it serious. And I was telling you this off. And the number one thing is you have to remember that there are people like you that this is no longer a fun place. It can be fun, but and you need to treat it as such with the respect that it comes with. So
Mm-hmm.
I just say to do this, give it your all, don't quit, don't let anyone tell you. Be real with yourself and know what you're gonna bring to the table.
To piggyback off of what Midas was saying, all of that, be coachable. Because if you're not coachable, player in a big stage,
Mm-hmm.
and that means adapt. Um, I was told by certain people, like, hey, you don't have much of a personality. Like, why don't you try putting a hood on? Like, I don't know. Like, that's weird. Like, I don't. And then once I did it, I created this whole persona that mixes with human being. And
Mm-hmm.
had I not taken that advice and been coachable and zone, I wouldn't be here. Like ways that people are going to critique you, and you're not going to take it from everybody. Obviously, extreme, but you should still be coachable, because if you can't, if you walk you too, you're not going to keep that job.
Right.
And that's in any independent promotion, wrestling school. Like, you have to go in with a fresh perspective and a fresh mind. I'm here to learn. I'm here to better myself every day. So that's one. Two, you know, be nice to anybody. Be respect. You don't know if the person,
No.
you
You
know what I'm
don't
saying?
know if the person, yeah, you don't know if the
Hello, you,
person's gonna be before you. I'm picking back because you went black, but I already knew where you was going, and I 100% agree.
yeah, you don't
hundred
you don't
percent.
know you don't know if the person, like, you're stepping on would be in a position to step on you back in the future. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. That's
just
so
because
Yep.
true.
And
yeah, like, I've been in positions where I've been a beginner, and someone trying to get on a show with me now, like, not through me, and he doesn't know it, but he big leagued me like my fifth time training, and I'll never forget it. I won't treat him any type of way. I won't treat him with disrespect, but I won't show him
Mm-hmm.
love. But he big leagued me twice.
Right.
Once my fifth training session in, and then once years later, and I
Mm-hmm.
had already done Impact Wrestling. Like, we had done it a couple of times already, and done the AEW loop, where it's like, all right, I don't need you to know who I am. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I'm here to train. But in the middle of my training session, this guy comes in, runs the ropes, does his own thing. Like, and I'm just like, wow, okay, this is crazy disrespectful. And this guy's a 10-year nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like a weekend warrior now, who's starting to take it seriously, and now I'm starting to see him a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And I still, like, look at him like, damn, that's that asshole who wrote me off twice, and didn't know me from a hole in the wall, trying to get on my show and trying to kiss my ass and shake my hand and do the fake, pleasantries, you
The
know, and
brother,
like,
Just to try and get that step in.
the
yeah, and
brother,
unless,
brother.
unless I really saw,
Hmm.
because I'm not petty, unless I really saw that he was like nasty, I
Hmm.
would never try to help him because I know the kind of person he is and what he brings to the table. Like that's just stuff. And there's probably people that like have started under us that are
Hmm.
light years ahead of us now. And it's just like if you show that respect to everybody as an equal, like it's just I don't know. I just feel like you'll have a better experience. Like I feel like people who do that it comes from a place of bitterness, and
Hmm.
that's a whole another conversation.
or
Bitterness
ego
and rest.
or ego.
Yeah.
Yep. It's always a mixture of both.
Well, man, at the end of the day, like this not this is all predetermined. Like you're not a tough guy because you do this. This is drama club shit. Like you're
Hmm.
tough for doing it in a certain respect, but you're not tougher than anybody else who does it. You know, so like don't act like you're a big shot. Like let's just all learn and perfect our craft and like keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, like there's really no room for egos, especially if you're not that good in wrestling. Like or over. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So where can we when are we gonna see you guys again in the ring?
Like locally, New York City.
Yeah, anywhere.
Well, tomorrow night we'll be at wrestling on IWTV at 8 o'clock every Thursday. We have a
Forever.
we have a lot going on. Then next week, I think we have Outlaw. We have
Yeah, we're
Big
gonna
Time Wrestling.
Okay.
be yep. Wrestling
Um,
Open live in the H2O Center. We're
Wrestling
doing that
Open.
before Big Time Wrestling. We're double shotting that day, so we're gonna.
Yeah, we'll be double shotting. So we'll be at Wrestling Open first, and we're shooting right down to Brooklyn same day. Um, Big Time Rush. That's a band from Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was about to say
yeah,
that.
nah, Big Time Wrestling.
I got kids, so I know
Ow,
that.
ow, ow.
Yeah, and then October 25th, we're gonna be back in the H2O Center for the GCW Settlement Series.
Nice.
We actually did that last night. It was a really fun time. We won a
we'll
spelling bee before our match. Shout out to Brett
yeah
Lauderdale.
Okay.
W was pretty cool.
we'll House of Glory on the 29th. Um,
Pro Wrestling Grind the 28th if you're up in New
yeah,
England, East Hampton,
and
Massachusetts.
Okay. We got some listeners over there.
have um, I'm pretty sure we'll do Battle Club soon too, because
Right.
we still have those belts.
Yeah, listen, you gotta keep defending them, man.
That's it, man. A year and a half.
But guys, thank you so much for taking the time out, sitting here talking with me. I'll definitely chop it up with you guys in person the next time I see you guys.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us,
If
Kenny.
you,
Yeah, perhaps.
no problem, guys. If you guys want to check out more of Main Event, please hit them up on their socials. You'll see it in the description of the video. Like I always say, be safe out there, follow your dreams, and don't let nobody stop you from doing what you love. Guys, until next time, be easy.
Thank you.
Ah!